Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. For this lecture, we are going to continue with the last subtopic for chapter 6, which is 6.3, partial fractions. Okay, the learning outcome for this lesson, the students should be able to construct partial fraction. So you have to know how to construct partial fraction decomposition when the denominators are in the form of a linear factor. Okay, so we have a fraction, and that fraction we want to construct into partial fraction. Okay, so what these terms mean? Okay, so partial fractions. So two or more proper fraction can be combined to give a single fraction. For example, so we have 1 over 3 plus 2 over 5. So we can add up this together to get a single fraction. Okay, this is the single fraction. And then another example is 3 over x minus 2 over x minus 2. Then we can construct into one single fraction where we find the common denominator. So we have to cross multiply here, right? And then multiply each other. So that's why we have 5 plus 6 equal to 11, and 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. And then for 2 we have 3 multiplied by x minus 2, and then minus 2 multiplied by x, and then divide by x of x minus 2. So if we simplify here, we have 3x minus 6 minus 2x, which is x minus 5 over x multiplied by x minus 2. So this is from a partial fraction into a single fraction. Okay, many fractions into one single fraction. Okay, this is the single fraction. Equally, a single proper fraction can be expressed as a sum or difference of two or more algebraic fractions. For example, so 11 over 5 can be written as 1 over 3. 11 over 15 can be written as 1 over 3 plus 2 over 5. So it will be the other way lah. And then this x minus 6 over x of x minus 2 can be written as 3 over x minus 2 of x minus 2. So this is a single fraction. We will decompose this single fraction into two or more partial fraction. So this is part of the single fraction. Okay, this is what we want to find. So this thing in the red circle is the sum of fraction or partial fraction. So definition. A fraction can be expressed or decomposed as the sum of two or more separate proper fractions. This is known as partial fraction. So from one single fraction into two or more partial fractions. So there are types of fractions. We call a fraction is a proper fraction when the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. So what is numerator? What is denominator? Okay, kalau kita translate dalam bahasa Melayu, numerator ni adalah perkali. Betul kan? And then denominator ni adalah pembawah. So A over B, A adalah numerator, B adalah denominator. Okay? So siapa yang tak tahu, so inilah dia numerator yang atas, denominator yang di bawah. Example, 3 over 5x, 3x over x squared plus 3, and so on lah. So all of these is a fraction, right? So one single fraction. One single fraction. We don't have any operation between fractions. Okay. An algebraic fraction, px over dx, can be expressed as partial fraction using the following guidance. Okay, so what we've learned in lecture 1, 2, 3, we know the polynomial can be divided by using the divisor, and we will have a quotient and remainder, right? Okay, so if we want to find the partial fraction of one single fraction, we have to follow these steps. So type 1, denominator with distinct linear factor. Okay, if dx is a product of linear factor. So what is the dx? The divisor. Okay, yang you nak bahagikan tu px over yang kat bawah ni semuanya adalah linear factor. Jadinya apa yang kita boleh buat? We can write down this fraction, this single fraction into two separate fraction because we have two. This is 1, this is 2. So 1 will be over the first factor, which is ax plus b, and the second one will be over cx plus d, which is the second factor. And then what we need to find? Just the numerator, the top one, a and b. And then for this example, x plus 5 over x minus 4, x plus 6. Okay, so we can write down this one single fraction into two separate partial fraction, which is the first fraction is over x minus 4, add up with another fraction over x plus 6. So what we need to find is just the top a and b. Okay, notice that if we have a linear factor here, the top one should be a constant. Okay, the second fraction also is a linear, so the top one should be just a constant. Okay, the same as 7x minus 4 over x plus 3 multiplied by x minus 5. We can separate into two partial fractions. The first one over x plus 3, the second one x minus 5. Okay, both are constant because both are linear factors. Okay, let's do the example. So, this is only the first type of partial fraction, linear factor on the denominator. So, construct 2x minus 3 all over x plus 1 multiplied by 3x plus 2 in partial fraction. So, we know that the first thing we need to do is to write down the single fraction into the partial form with the unknowns. Okay, so because we have 1, 2 linear factors, so we will have over x plus 1 and over 3x plus 2. So one partial fraction with unknown a, another one with unknown b. So what we need to do is just to find the value of a and b. Okay, so how to find the value of a and b? The first step that we need to do is to eliminate all the denominators. So how to eliminate all the denominators? Okay, so how do we find the value of a and b? So first of all, we need to find the common denominator for both a and b. So the below one we have x plus 1. So x plus 1 is enough, but the bottom one we don't have 3x plus 2. So what we need to do is to multiply this fraction a over x plus 1 with 3x plus 2. So if we multiply at the bottom, we need also to be multiplied at the top. So we have 3x plus 2 at the top. And then for b, we have 3x plus 2 already. What we don't have is x plus 1. So we need to multiply both numerator and denominator with x plus 1. Okay? So now we have all the factor on both partial fraction. Right? So we have x plus 1, 3x plus 2. This one also 3x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 1. So it will be the same as the left hand side. So now we have the common denominator. What is for the a? A should be multiplied by 3x plus 2. And then we add up with b multiplied by x plus 1. So we have this thing the same as the left hand side, which is the denominator equal to x plus 1, 3x plus 2. Now, we can ignore the denominator part. So, we have the numerator part equal to 2x minus 3 on the left side. And the right side, we have a multiplied by 3x plus 2 plus b multiplied by x plus 1. Okay. So, let's focus on this part. Usually, we will count the step from here to here directly. So we can see that A, we have x plus 1 on the denominator, means that we just have to multiply with the other one. right? So that's why A should be multiplied by 3x plus 2. But for B, we have 3x plus 2. So we should multiply x plus 1 with B. That's why B must be multiplied by x plus 1. Okay, so we just have to put the one not in the denominator. Okay, so if we have plus C over something, means that we will have A multiplied by 2 factors lah, because we have 3 factors now. Okay, so we will see another example later. So now the first mark will be here. This must be correct, and then the second mark will be here. This is important. This one is important. Both lines are important. Now, how to solve for A? So just we want to find A and B. There are two types of method lah. The first one, method of solving, is by substituting an appropriate value of x. Okay. What are the appropriate value of x? So if we want to find A, we might want to get rid the B, right? So how to get rid the B? So B should be multiplied by 0. So how to get 0 here? So x plus 1 should be equal to 0. So x should be equal to -1. Okay, so let's see. When x equal to -1, okay, automatically on the left side substitute -1. We have 2, -1 minus 3, and then A multiplied by 3 of -1 plus 2 plus B of -1 plus 1. Directly this part will be equal to 0. So we are eliminating the B first. Okay, so what we have, the right side we have only A. Okay, A equal to -A here equal to -5, means that A equal to 5. So we don't have to care about B. Okay, now for the next one, what we should do with the value of x? So now what we should do with the next value of x? Okay, so now it's time to either first we can try to eliminate for A, or we can use the easiest number in the world, which is x equal to 0. Why? Because we have the A already. Okay, so we don't have any problem if we want to use any number. Okay, but if we have more than two unknowns that we want to find, so we might have to find what is the value of x that we need to use. So to eliminate A, what we can use is x plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So x should be equal to -2 over 3. Okay, but here, because we have A already, we can use the easiest number in the world, which is 0. Okay, so if x equal to 0, what we will have, 2 of 0 minus 3 is equal to -3, and then A is equal to 5, right? We know already A equal to 5, and 3 of 0 plus 2, and then plus B of 0 plus 1. Okay, now substitute the value of A here. We get -3 on the right side, the left side, and we have 2 multiplied by 5 on the right side plus B multiplied by 1. So B is actually equal to -10 minus 3, which is equal to -13. Now we have already these two values of A and B. So we have A, we have B. The working here, you will have marks, K1. So marks for working, K1, maybe 2 marks. And then this is not the final answer, because we want to write down the single fraction into partial fraction. So you will have to write down in the form of partial fraction. So what will be? So we will have the single fraction 2x minus 3 over x plus 1 multiplied by 3x plus 2 equal to, just replace the A with 5 and B with -13. So we have plus and negative here. So simplify this form. What we have is 5 over x plus 1 minus, we can take out the negative from this part. It's like plus -2 over 3. So this negative can be taken out from the fraction. So it will be plus minus of 2 over 3. So plus minus multiply will be minus. Right? So minus 13 over 3x plus 2. Okay. Now let's do example 2. So construct 7x plus 16 all over x plus 4 multiplied by x minus 2 in partial fraction. So the first step that we have to do is to recognize the factors on the denominator. Now we have first factors here is linear 1 and the second factor here is x minus 2, linear also. So it should be a constant denominator, constant numerator at the top of each factor. So it will be a over x plus 4 plus b over x minus 2. So the next step is, yes, to eliminate the denominator. So look at it for A. We have x plus 4 at the bottom. So we should multiply by x minus 2. And for B, we have x minus 2. So we should multiply with the other factors, which is x plus 4. So we just compare the numerator. 7x plus 16 equal to A multiplied by x minus 2 plus B multiplied by x plus 4. So yes, in choosing the value of A, so we can take all the value of A. For example, here, because x minus 2, so x minus 2 equal to 0. So we can take x equal to 2 to eliminate A. So when x equal to 2, what do we have here? When x equal to 2, we have 7 multiplied by 2 plus 16 equal to A multiplied by 2 minus 2 plus B multiplied by 2 plus 4. So you can just skip this part because it will be 0. So what we have here is only for B. So 6B equal to 30. So B equal to 5. And then for value of A, we can use any number. Or here, we take another factor when x plus 4 equal to 0. So x equal to negative 4. So when x equal to negative 4, directly B will be 0 because B will multiply with negative 4 plus 4, which is 0. So 7 of negative 4 plus 16 equal to A multiplied by negative 4 minus 2 plus B negative 4 plus 4, which is this part will be equal to 0. So what we have on the left side is equal to negative 12 and the right side equal to negative 6A. So A is equal to 2. Okay, so to write down the final answer, we just have to replace the value of A and B at the bottom by 2 and 5. So we will have 2 over x plus 4 plus with 5 over x minus 2. So finish. So example 3. Construct 3x minus 1 over x squared plus x minus 6 in partial fractions. Okay, now what we have for the fraction here is the quadratic form on the denominator. So what we should do? Okay. Usually we use the linear, right? So can we convert this quadratic into linear? Yes, by using your calculator, we actually can factorize this. So we just have to factorize x squared plus x minus 6 into two factors of two linear factors, which is x plus 3 and x minus 2. So from here, we should do the same step as example 2. So what we have, 3x minus 1 over x plus 3, x minus 2 can be written as a over x plus 3 plus with b over x minus 2. Okay, now what we should do to find the common denominator, so a should be multiplied by x minus 2, b multiplied with x plus 3. Okay, so what we should do now, just ignore the denominator part. So we will have the numerator part, 3x minus 1 equal to a multiplied by x minus 2 plus b multiplied by x plus 3. So to find the value of a and b, so the next step is to find the value of a and b. So we can choose the value of x to substitute it. So what is the value of x we should choose? So we can take either 2 and negative 3. So let's say when x equal to 2, here x equal to 2, here x equal to negative 3. So when x equal to 2, we have 3 of 2 minus 1 multiplied with b multiplied by equal to, so we can ignore for a because 2 minus 2 is 0. So b multiplied with 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. So 5b equal to 5. So b equal to 1. And then the next value x is equal to -3. So we have 3 of -3 minus 1 equal to a multiplied by -3 minus 2 equal to -5 plus b multiplied by 0. So we can just ignore this part. You don't have to write down. This also can. Okay, so we have -5a equal to -10. So a equal to 2. So now we have a and b. So write down your final answer. 3x minus 1 over x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to a over x plus 3 plus b over x minus 2, which is 2 over x plus 3 plus 1 over x minus 2. Done. So example 4. Construct 5x plus 1 over x multiplied by x plus 1 multiplied by 2x minus 1 in partial fraction. So now we have 1, 2, 3. This is a linear, right? X plus a constant 0. So this is the first factor, second factor, and the third factor. So this is what I said earlier. We will have more than 2 linear factors. So how to write down this in a partial form? So we will have the first linear factor is x. So we have a over x. And then the second factor is x plus 1. So we have b over x plus 1. And the third factor is 2x minus 1, which is c over 2x minus 1. And then what we need to do, we have to find the common denominator for all fraction on the right side. So a, we have x only. So a should be multiplied by what? So a should be multiplied by the other two factor, which is x plus 1, 2x minus 1. And then for b, we need to multiply by, we have x plus 1 already. So we should multiply by x and 2x minus 1. And the last one is c. So c, the factor is 2x minus 1 at the denominator. So we just have to write down x multiplied by x plus 1. Now, how to find the value of a and b and c? So we can choose the value of x depending on the factor here. So x is equal to 0. Directly we take x equal to 0. Or we take x equal to -1. This one is x equal to 0. And here we also can take x equal to 1 over 2. Now, in this example, we take x equal to -1 first. So substitute -1 into the equation. We have 5 of -1 plus 1 equal to, so x plus 1, so -1 plus 1 will be 0. So directly 0 plus with b multiplied by -1 multiplied by 2 of -1 minus 1, and c multiplied by -1 and 0, so it will be 0. Okay, so x plus 1 here, x plus 1 here, so means that we can ignore these two, a and c. So what we have is only for b lah. So we have -4 equal to, the -4 equal to 3b. So this one is -2 minus 1 is -3. So multiply by 1 is 3. So b is equal to -4 over 3. Okay, now for the next value, we should find out for a and c lah. So what we should choose the value of x. So we can take x equal to 0. So if x equal to 0 means that everything here will be 0 and 0. Means that b and c we don't have to write. So what we will have, the right side is 5, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. And then the right side we have 0 plus 1, a of 0 plus 1 multiplied by a of 0 plus 1 multiplied by 2 of 0 minus 1. Okay, so we get a of 1 multiplied by -1 plus 0 plus 0. Okay, so what is a? Negative a is equal to 1. So a equal to -1. And the next value, we actually can take any value, right? Because we know already what is b and what is a. But we also can take another value x that we found from the factor, which is x equal to 1 over 2. So substitute 1 over 2, we have 5 of 1 over 2 plus 1 on the left side, and the right side, the one with 2x minus 1 can be eliminated. So a and b, we just have to ignore lah. We can ignore. So 0 plus 0 plus with c of 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2 plus 1. So here is equal to 3 over 2. So we have 3 over 4c. And the left hand side we have 7 over 2 equal to 3 over 4c. So c equal to 14 over 3. Yes. Okay. So we have c, we have a, and we have b. So how to write down the final answer? Okay. So we have 5x plus 1 all over x multiplied by x plus 1, 2x minus 1. And then it's equal to a over x plus b over x plus 1 plus c over 2x minus 1. So for a, it's easy. Negative 1. Directly we put negative 1 over x. But for b, it's a fraction. So how to write down the answer? We just have to multiply the denominator with the denominator lah. So what we will have, it's actually equal to negative 1 over x because a equal to negative 1. And b is minus 4 over 3 of x plus 1 because 3 is in the denominator. The same thing as c, it will be, because it's positive, so plus with 14 over 3 of 2x minus 1. So if you confuse, it's 4 over 3 divided by x plus 1, right? So it's equivalent to negative 4 over 3 multiplied with 1 over x plus 1. That's why we have negative 4 over 3 of x plus 1. Okay, so this is how we get into this form. Okay, no problem, huh? Okay, so finish already for this example. Last example 5. Construct x over 1 minus x squared in partial fraction. Okay, so this one, it's actually really simple, just like example 3. But, okay, so here is the but. 1 minus x squared, if you use the calculator, you will get 1 and negative 1, right? Your answer is x equal to 1 and negative 1. But, this is in the correct form? You will get x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. Is this correct? Is this multiplication will get 1 minus x squared? Okay, if you remember, in your high school, it's like a squared minus b squared. It's actually a minus b, a plus b. The position of a and b will be different if you not follow it. So what is a? Our a here is 1. Okay, so it should be, it should be a. Our a is 1, right? So it will be 1 minus x, 1 plus x. So this is important. Why? Because if we expand this, what we will have is actually x squared minus 1. This is not the same as this 1 minus x squared. It's not the same. So you have to be careful here. Okay? So when you factorize the quadratic, please make sure that you have the correct factor lah. Make sure what is the value of x. It should be, we have to monitor the sign of the x squared. Okay, so now this is in the form of a squared minus b squared. So this x over 1 minus x squared can be written as x over 1 minus x, 1 plus x. Okay. Another method, if you want to what we say, if you want to kalau awak nak pastikan you tak buat salah kan, you can factorize negative. Okay, if you factorize negative, means that the x squared will be positive, the 1 will be negative, right? So we put negative at the top, so it will be negative x all over x squared minus 1. Here directly you know it's negative x over x minus 1, x plus 1. So because the positive of x squared, so you don't have to be confused lah. But it's not applicable for every type of question. So please just be careful when you factorize the quadratic. So now we have x over 1 minus x plus x multiplied by 1 plus x. So it can be written as a over 1 minus x and plus with b over 1 plus x. So eliminate the denominator. We should multiply a with 1 plus x multiply A with 1 plus X plus with B multiply with 1 minus X. This one should be minus. Okay. So, compare the numerator only. So, we have X equal to A multiplied with 1 minus X plus with B multiplied with 1 minus X. So, how to solve for A and B? So, we take the roots lah. So, we have X equal to -1 and X equal to 1. Here is X equal to -1. Here is X equal to 1. So, we take X equal to 1 first. So, 1 equal to 1 plus 1A, which is 2A, plus with 1 minus 1, 0B. So, that's why 2A equal to 1, 1A equal to 1 over 2. And then, when X equal to -1, we have -1 equal to A multiplied by 1 plus -1, which is 0A, plus with 1 minus -1, which is 2B. So, we have 2B equal to -1, so B equal to -1 over 2. So, the final answer, X over 1 minus X squared should be, we replace A with 1 over 2, so it will be 1 over 2 of 1 minus X. And then, replace B with -1 over 2, it should be minus with 1 over 2 of 1 plus X. So, this is our final answer. Okay, so this is for the first type of partial fraction, which is with linear factor on the dx, the denominator or the divisor. Okay, so this is the first type. So next lecture, we'll continue with the next type, which is repeated linear factor and quadratic. Do we have quadratic for your syllabus? I'm not sure. So we see on the next lecture. Okay, so thank you for this lecture. Please continue with the tutorial questions. Okay, thank you class. Bye.